Mae wedi gwneud ei benderfyniad. A does neb yn gallu dadlau ag e.
Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.
Good afternoon and welcome to the SDS Glass Stadium where Penybont host Caernarfon Town in the JD Cymru Premier League. Rhys Griffiths and his team have secured a top 6 finish for the 3rd season in a row, and now their aim is surely a top 3 finish. While their opponents Caernarfon are having a bumpy ride with their results at present, only 1 point from their last 7 league games has seen Hugh Griss's team slide into the bottom 6, and they will play their second phase fixtures in the conference for the first time in 5 seasons. We have a special guest with us this afternoon, ex-Welsh international and World Cup star, Gwennain Harris. Welcome, legend.
Thank you very much. I'll have to pay you later for that. I don't think anyone's ever given me an introduction like that before.
Well, you'd never get a cup of tea.
Return the favour, yeah?
Well, you don't even get a cup of tea, so I don't think I'll be getting much off you. What a game we have in prospect here, Gwen. Here we are. Yeah. Penybont and Caernarfon.
Yeah, looking forward to this one. Actually, local girl from Bridgend anyway. I always enjoy watching Bridgend play, the Penybont play, the way that they move the ball around, and Caernarfon, to be fair, always give it a good go as well, so I'm sure it'll be an entertaining game.
There's a lot of, you would say, front-line players out, but they're both strong teams this afternoon, Gwen. You know, the 2 captains there just walking out, Kane Owen and Noah Edwards, 2 class players in this league. Yeah,
the technical ability, I think, over the years has improved so much. And when you look at those 2, as an example, I don't think there's a better left foot in the league than Kane Owens. He's a top assist creator for Penybont this season, and you can see why.
Yeah, maybe one thing they've lacked, that's all, is up in the forward position. Nobody popping in nobody yet near double figures, Gwen. Every team needs that. This Christmas time now, somebody should have 10.
Oh, 100%. I think, and you know, they struggled last season. Obviously, they had Sam Snaith. I think he had 9 goals in the league, but as you said, you need to be competing regularly, winning things. You need a striker that you can rely on, a forward you can rely on that's getting double figures, and is scoring goals in and around the 6-yard box as well, not just those, you know, ones from far out, someone that you know is going to put their body on the line. And I don't think either team actually have got a player like that at the moment.
And at present, Caernarfon don't have a recognised centre forward apart from young Marsh Hughes. Darren Thomas looks like pushing up there today in that 4-4-2 role. They are lacking the young lad from Liverpool.
Yeah, O'Rourke, you know, he's done well. He's scored a good few goals before he got injured. But yeah, as I said, I think both teams are lacking that central forwards type player.
There's Nathan Woody, top scorer at the moment with 6 for Penybont, and he's playing usually from a wide position, so he's done well.
Yeah, he has. I think 4 of them are penalties. You know, so it just goes to show, you know, how dependent Penybont have been on him. But he's such a good creator. He can cut inside, he can go down the wing as well. I really enjoy watching him, and looking forward again this afternoon to see him, you know, just how much he can create.
You have to excuse a bit of din around us at the moment, Gwen. I think the announcer has just turned the volume up to 120,000 gigs, whatever it is.
I thought it was you doing karaoke for a minute.
No, not quite, not yet. There's a referee, Dave Ryan Kenny, one of the fresh young top refs in this league, and it's an intriguing game. It's one I think Penybont will start as favourites for. Gwen?
Oh, certainly, especially given Caernarfon's poor run of late. They haven't won in 5 games, last 5 games. They'll be desperate just to get something from this game this afternoon.
It looks like they're setting out. If Sean Bradley plays as deep as that, they might be setting out with a 5 themselves. It's just hooked away. But Josh Yorath gets it forward. Noah Edwards. Start of this game is key. With a bit of luck, Gwen, we might have a bit of sunshine coming out.
Back him up, Joe! Back him up! Good, that's all.
Kane Owen with that trusted left foot puts one out of play. It's a rarity.
Just looking at the initial, you know, it's only 30 seconds, I know, but it looks to me like kind of a setup with a 4 at the back. But I think we might see Bradley just keeping a close eye on Miles Davis, who we know is a huge player for Penybont.
Yeah,
and he plays right wing back.
Strong wind in their favour, Penybont, so I should imagine Griff and company will want to take advantage by half time. And I would looks like Georgievski is playing up top with Caernarfon, and Nathan Wood is going in a 10. Josh Tibbetts heads away, headed on by Ashley Evans. Griff John gets the first connection. Great flick, Mash. Darren Thomas will take the shot on. It's a good shot as well. Bright shot in the first minute or two from Darren Thomas. He has the ability to strike a ball from anywhere.
Yeah, it's a really encouraging start. Winning the first ball and then reacting. There's any good forwards to gambling on that second ball, and he gets a good hold of it. Good pace behind it, just not enough accuracy. Yeah,
and it's a nice starter as well for Kellen Absalom. He dealt with it well. It was right at him, but Darren Thomas, 35-year-old, he as known as the Covey Messi, and age is not catching up with him yet.
Oh, he's still only young at that age. I'd say, Jonah.
That coming from somebody who had a birthday this week.
Yes.
And you're not supposed to ask.
No, you're not, so we won't, will we?
Right, we'll carry on with the game. Happy 40th, Gwen.
Thank you.
Tibbetts. Again, Marsh wins the header against Jeffries. Joe Foe gets it inside. Young Kai Griffiths, 17 years of age, playing from the academy. Great ball as well. Bradley against Miles Davis. Could be one of the key battles of the afternoon. Gossett. Griff John gets it wide to Ewan Cartwright. Still 2 or 3 people in the box. The shout from the bench below us is don't force it in. Before me, he's had 1 or 2 chances already to get in there. Foe, Reynolds and Kane Owen doubling up. It's a better cross, great cross from Thomas, just a little bit flat, bit more needed. Bright bit of play that, Gwen.
Yeah, good patience as well. You know, just trying to work an opening, moving the ball from side to side.
Penybont, when they do attack, they attack in numbers. Wood. No foul given. The crowd wanted a foul. Nathan Wood wanted a foul, but nothing given from the referee or assistant. Billy Borge, just a strong back three. That Borge, Yorwith and Jeffries. Plenty of height there as well.
Yeah, good in the air, good physicality. I don't see them losing many 1v1 battles. It's just about the pacing behind. At times, you know, whether they can keep their distances good between them.
Once they do get forward, they're dropping into... Oh, Shin, just offside. Outside of a casual leave, I tell you what, by Laurie Bell, or he's seen the referees, the linesman's flag go up rather early.
I thought he timed that really well then, Georgievski.
It's going to be close, Gwen. We'll have a look now.
It was a good, the weight on the pass in by Billy Borge is brilliant as well. And he was just waiting for it when he to drop over his shoulder. Touch wasn't the best, actually went behind him, but it's a warning sign.
Yeah, there's Hughie Griffiths. Done a great job at Caernarfon over the years, and it's his first most probably difficult period, Gwen, but he was in good spirit earlier on.
Yes, he was, cracking jokes as ever. But yeah, as you said, first time, you know, since their promotion 2018, they haven't made the top 6, so they'll be disappointed. Can they react now?
Owen, it's always going to put it in behind with a willing runner. Caernarfon, you'll do well to keep it in play. He keeps it in play, gets it back. Wood clips it in early, headed away by Laurie Bell, hooked away by Cartwright. Thomas is key, I think, when that ball goes to him today. He has to look after it. He's usually always looking for that winner's pass. Like that. It's an okay ball, almost.
Oh, he's definitely got an eye for a killer pass, hasn't he? We've seen there, just pace on it, it's not quite enough. And to be fair, Dan Jeffries came across well. But as you said, you know, he didn't get hold of it properly. First and foremost, battled then to win it back, good attitude. But to give any team any sort of platform in the game, you have to be able to keep hold of the ball as a centre forward when it comes into, like, especially when you're under pressure. Especially
away from home as well, when you're on a bad run. You've got to look after that ball for a while. I mean, looking at the midfield, some good players here today. Danny Gossett, Noah Edwards, Joe Foe and the like. They got the ability, like the lad on the ball at the moment, Bradley. Bradley seems like he's been around for years and years and years. Good player. Bell looks for the diag, finds the Sony board.
Well, I think Hugh Griffiths would be annoyed with that, because we heard, didn't we, a couple of minutes ago when they had a period of play and possession, just keep building, be patient, don't force it. And just looking for a long ball then that was never on. Just keep moving it around, popping it around, try and move for gens out of their positions and create those openings then.
They're 5th place, Penybont. They've played 19, won 9, drawn 5, lost 5, 32 points plus 8 goals. Whereas Caernarfon are in 8th place, played 19, won 7, drawn 1, lost 11, 22 points, minus 6 goals. And like you said, they haven't had the greatest of runs. It's a bad run, in fact. 1 point from 20.
They started well, didn't they?
They did.
They were doing okay, and then they've had a bad run. Obviously, they've been unlucky with injuries as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Some key players. Ash Evans still patrolling the midfield, 33 years of age, one of the veteran midfielders in the Cymru Premier League, but always shown plenty of quality since his earlier days with Llanelli and the likes. Griffiths, that's a big task for the young lad Griffiths. If you're looking at anywhere on the pitch, 17 years of age from the academy, and down his side is Georgievski and Miles Davis.
Yeah, but I think when you're that young, you're not fearful.
Wood. Davis stands one up to the back post, misses the 2 main men in the middle.
No, it was a poor ball, but yeah, I go back to that with Griffith. I just think when you're that young, you're just so excited to have the opportunity to showcase, what you can do. That you're not really fearful, and that actually helps when you're playing. And I'm sure you'll be given plenty of information by the players around him.
Georgievski, Miles Davis, again a chance to put a great ball. Got to score. He does score. Brilliant ball in from Miles Davis. His last ball wasn't great. His second cross was perfect, and on the end of it was Caernarfon to power his header past Hibbets. It's Penybont 1. It's Caernarfon 0.
Oh, it's a great header. When you talk about being a predator in and around the box, especially when you're given that amount of time as Miles Davis does to cross it, Raphael does so well to power the header back across goal, and you can see Tibbet gets a hand on it, but because of the pace on the header, it's not a strong enough hand then to keep it out.
Is that, you played centre forward, Gwen, is that just about the perfect cross?
Oh yeah, it's something that you can go and attack.
It's asking you to, it's just asking you to get your head on it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, and I'd probably say technically, you should have probably headed the ball down, but because of the pace on the cross
and the power
then that he's generated as well, where he's placed it is enough because of the power he had on it.
It's a great goal.
Oh, when you've got players like Miles Davis in your team that you're gonna, you can just rely on for good service like that. That's a dream for any centre forward.
That's just what I was trying to get across to you, Gwen, just before. Like I said, the young boy Griffiths to the other side. He has, if Bradley doesn't track back all the way, he has Georgievski and Miles Davis, and that's what happened.
Yeah, but I wouldn't place any.
Not on the youngster, no.
No, I think Bradley there was nowhere to be seen. You can't allow any player to have that amount of time to cross the ball, but especially someone of Miles Davis's quality. Griffiths did well originally, just to turn Georgievski around, force him back.
Next couple of minutes, Gwen, in this game are absolutely gigantic. Were Penybont to get an early second, there'd be a lot of pressure on these Cofis. They started quite well, but it's just that one bit of quality with the cross, the header from Raphael, and there's Nathan Wood there just missing target. Happy birthday, Nathan Wood, 25 today. Sure he'll want a goal for a present.
Yeah, I agree with you in terms of I think Caernarfon actually did start well that first 5 minutes. They'd be happy, they got that early shot on target, just seemed to settle in, passing the ball around, quite nicely, trying to create openings, and then to concede from the first attack that they faced. It's really disappointing, but it's been a sign on it that just defensively this year, they've only had 3 clean sheets in the league, and you can see why.
Cartwright lets the ball out of play. Just need to settle down now, Caernarfon. Even as early as the 10th minute, when you're a manager, you're away from home, you're on a great run, you're almost looking for half-time already. You take 1-0 half-time already, Gwen.
Oh, certainly, especially with a win behind Penybont as it is, it's difficult.
Gossett. Edwards, Edwards. You'll need to get on the ball a hell of a lot. There's a youngster looking to get forward, putting pressure on boards. Unlucky there as well. Just putting a little bit of pressure on, knocks the big man over. But willing run in there from young Griffith.
Yeah, a good link up between Bradley and Griffith. And you would see what he's trying to do straight away with the big first touch. And backed himself with the pace. I think, to be fair to Billy Borg, he just placed his body well, didn't he? Experienced enough now, knew how to draw the foul.
Yeah, one of the successes of Penybont season, I think he's almost played every game, I think, and he was a bit part player last season, but he's developed into a very decent centre-back, and he's got experience around him now with Yoreth and Jeffries.
Well, to be fair, every time I saw him play last year, I was really impressed with him.
Foe gets the wrong side of Kane Owen. That'll be key. Edwards loves to drive forward. He always gets his shot off, just off target. Good tracking from Ash Evans, but it's more like it from Caernarfon.
Well, if you're given an opportunity to have a crack at it, you know, from that distance, then you will. But I'd just like to have seen Sean Bradley just keep his width a little bit more, then, just to give the option to create a little bit more room. It's quite crowded areas, try and drive that through.
Big game last night, Gwen. Flint won, Aberystwyth won. Good point for Aber. On the road, when you're down the bottom, I think any point on the road is a good point.
Yep, certainly.
Miles Davis leaps. Decent early Saturday dinner time crowd here. And there's plenty of games this afternoon. Airbus play the Met, Bala, Ponty, Newtown, Nomads, TNS, Haverfordwest. Plenty of games this afternoon. Thomas, Yoreth, Bradley, Nathan Wood. Yeah, an early goal, Gwen. When you're in the top, near the top of the table, it just gives you so much confidence now that if you're a Penybont player, you're looking for more goals already.
Yeah, it just settles you down more, man, isn't it? But you can see just with Penybont trying to use the wind already. They're looking to play long, exploit those spaces. That's where they put Georgievski up as well as a front two.
Yeah, definitely. And with plenty of width either side, and I wouldn't be surprised if Nathan Wood were to get one or two more shots off in this half again.
Well, it's nice playing that position. I used to enjoy playing that number 10 role, so to say. Just having the licence and the freedom to go and try and exploit spaces in between and get on the ball when you can. Obviously, if Georgievski that now comes deep, Woods is looking to run in behind as well. There's contrasting movements, and you want to give a licence like that to such a good player.
Yeah, definitely. Yoreth, Thomas backs into him, but the ball falls to Joseph Foe. Foe gets it back to Griff John. Griff John to Cartwright. Again, the shout from the benches. Let's keep it for a bit. Griffith plays it inside. Tamar Hughes spins his man, gets a free kick. He's a tough character, Yoreth, who's marking Marsh Hughes. Played for Cardiff, Ipswich, 7 under 21 Wales caps, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Thomas will take the free kick. They put in a fine performance in midweek, haven't they? But just defeated by the odd goal to TNS. How much would that taken out of them? Thomas, headed away by Ryan Reynolds. Gossett gets it before Rafael. Bell does well. Got to put the cross in. Decent cross as well. Headed away by Yoreth again. Rafael very physical on Gossett then from behind. I think he got away with one there. Tibbets. Great leap. Miles Davis. Reynolds is on here. Reynolds. Wood. Owen. One Sam ball. Interesting to see the replay. Jeffries to Wood. Wood. He's gone the full distance there and brought Davis in. Georgievski. If he can get it back to Reynolds. Reynolds gets a shot off. It's 2-0. And it is going to be a long afternoon by the look of it. That's a wonderful finish from Ryan Reynolds. There's not only one Ryan Reynolds, there's two, and one of them plays for Penybont, and he's just put the ball in the back of the net, which gives Penybont a 2-0 lead.
It's a superb finish. Just used the... it's a great layoff, first and foremost, because the pace on that layoff by Georgievski is so important. If he hammers it in, he can't take it first time. And he just bends it, he just whips it, doesn't he, into the far corner. From Georgievski, they just pace on it and just whips it across, and Tibbets had no chance with that. But what I would say is twice Caernarfon had the opportunity to clear the ball out of play, because they've got Danny Gossett, I think, down, and Hugh Griffiths was fuming. He was then expecting Penybont, they under no
obligation.
To put the ball out at all. But you could see with his reaction, Hugh Griffiths is absolutely fuming.
Yeah, down below us, but the result is Gossett is still sat down, and the score is Penybont 2, Caernarfon 0. What a blow this would be now, were they to lose Danny Gossett, such an important player for them.
What I would say, though, is that you've got to react. Yes, OK, you've got to play it down, but other players then need to take responsibility, fill in certain places, and they had plenty of time to recover, recoup, reorganise defensively as well.
Maybe just put out the play, Gwen.
Well, twice they had an opportunity to, and they didn't, and you could hear, because we're right above them, aren't we? And he was fuming. But again, with Reynolds, how much time did he actually have? Who was going out from Caernarfon defence to close down that?
Yeah, it was a great first header knocked back in as well by Miles Davis. He won the far header when Kane Owen picked him forward. Gossett doesn't look too good there. He's come back from some injuries in his time, obviously a big illness as well. He's a strong boy. He won't want to come off the pitch. Cartwright. And there's just a feeling around the ground, Gwen, that were they to get another quick goal, this could be a long afternoon.
Well, it's about character in these situations. Don't you? Two down, anything's possible from 2 down. It's how you react.
Bradley, great feat from Bradley. He'll put it in early. Reynolds, Nathan Wood gets it forward. Noah Edward will drive in. Borge. I know they're playing a 4-4-2 system here, or they started that way, Caernarfon, but it just seems to be a spare man in midfield all the time for Penybont.
Yeah, Penybont just picking up the first and second ball so much better. Reacting a little bit quicker, got that drive to want to win that second ball, I'd say.
Thomas again gets it forward. Jeffries hooks it back into the middle. One of the greatest of balls back in the middle. Reynolds says to Georgievski, what can you deal with that? Young fullback does really well in getting the ball back to Tibbets. Well played, young Kai Griffiths then, under pressure. And they're quick to close down. Penybont, they smell blood here.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I think when you've got 2 quick goals like that, the confidence is so high. It's hard to explain as a player or as a manager. When you're in those situations, just the difference and the lift that it gives you.
Yeah, Penybont have been tight at the back. They haven't scored that many goals this season, but they're the 3rd least goals conceded, so I'm sure Griffiths will be looking for a clean sheet here this afternoon. Kellen Absalom started in goals today instead of young Pennock. It's their second ball, that midfield ball again. And if you're dragging people into midfield to mark, you're leaving Miles Davis and Kane Owen with the ball at their feet wide, and they are dangerous players to have the ball.
Yeah, well, you'd say the best wing backs in the league, wouldn't you? And technically, look at the delivery, for that first goal, and we all know, as I said, at the start of the game, Kane Owen's left foot is like a wand, and that's what's good about Penybont. I think they've got so many different options. Let's not forget they've got some great players on the bench.
Yeah,
I was shocked not to see Kai Whitmore. It was Harling playing. Every time I've seen Whitmore this season, he's been outstanding. Brings a real energy, a drive. Well, we all know how good Lewis Harling is.
Well, that's what we're saying. With the likes of Harling and Whitmore on the bench, and a few more players who would get in other teams, squad, it's a strong squad. You've got Sean McDonald on the bench as well today, ex-Welsh international. So aspirations, I think, for Penybont and Rhys Griffiths will be to win this afternoon and start pushing that 3rd spot.
100%. I think aiming for that 3rd spot is definitely, what they should be doing. You have to push yourself. With the squad that they've got, they should be around there, shouldn't they? I think they're underachieving if they're not.
Owen just tried to clip one around Darren Thomas. Thomas spreads it inside to Griffith again. The youngster's seen a hell of a lot of the ball. He's done really well so far on it.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him technically. I think he's been really astounding. He's solid defensively. His distances have been good.
Cartwright inside the Gossett. Again, Caernarfon just need to do what their manager's asking for. Just look after the ball instead of giving that loose one away again. If you've got to go backwards with it, look after the ball. Cartwright, great ball across, too easy. Absalom comes and collects. No centre forward, Gwen.
No, it's a better delivery, I'd say, actually. I think that's a good delivery across, but as you said, no centre forward, no one making that near post run, even if you're not going to get on the end of it, just to drive, create the space then.
Yeah, 4 blue shirts, no black shirt. Evans. Thomas. Gossett, the next goal in this game, absolutely vital. Again,
someone's got to come to feet there for me. You know, they were quite high up the pitch already. There's not much space in behind. So, yeah, maybe the first movement to look to go in behind, but then check back and go for feet because there's not enough space. There's a couple of times that they've tried to force that ball in long. I understand using, your pace, etc., but you've got to know the right areas, and if Penybont defended quite deep like that, then someone needs to go for feet.
Big FA Cup match this afternoon on S4C. Coventry against Wrexham at 5:15. Massive game. Next week, Welsh Cup. Llanelli versus Connors Quay with a 5 o'clock kick-off on S4C. Welsh Cup next week, always a massive week. And good luck to Wrexham today, Gwen.
Oh, yeah. What a great tie that is. Opportunity for the fans, the players, staff to test themselves away from home. And it's nice sometimes, isn't it, just having a break from the league run.
Wood has intercepted here. Strong tackle from John. Can you remember Coventry City winning the FA Cup, Gwen?
No, I don't think I do. First one I watched was 95.
95.
Yeah.
Winners?
Everton.
Oh.
They beat United, my team.
And so that's why you just got that in then?
Yeah, and then the year after United beat Liverpool. 1-0. Cantona.
Bradley. Bradley spins Borge. Borge. Gossett. Everybody behind the ball there. So they're 2-0 ahead, and the work rate on Penybont's team is tremendous because as they went forward then, Caernarfon, every player behind the ball.
But look how organised they are as well. And I always talk about distances. The distances between them are superb. And if someone is dragged out of position, then someone like Reynolds or Evans is always covering in those spaces well.
Yeah, they're almost unmovable from that centre of midfield, Ryan Reynolds. He is starting to look a little bit like Ashley Evans in that position. The hold in midfield, just keeping his eye on everything and making sure, like you just said, the pieces are in place in the right places.
Yeah, and just stable and solid.
Jeffries simply, no, Gwen, after 24 minutes, Penybont can play at their own tempo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dictate the tempo. Well, just as we've talked about, just trying to move the ball, drag Caernarfon out.
Evans foreheads it away. Kane Owen was providing width again, as is Miles Davis on the right-hand side. Jeffries. Does it surprise you even more, Gwen, with the likes of Griffiths as an ex-centre forward who scored plenty of goals in this league every season? With the good players he has on view here and has on view most weeks, that they haven't found a 9 who could bang 25 a season over the last couple.
Yeah, definitely, as you said, with Rhys Griffiths and his amazing, I would say history, but he's still playing. But with his record, you'd think that would draw more players in. But saying that, then they have had players that, I'd say more creative players. You think of someone like James Waite, and then he's gone off to Newport. And it's great because the league as I said earlier, the standards improved so much, I think, especially in the last 5 years. But then, the players, it's a bit of a springboard for players then to go off, so it's hard to keep your better players.
As the likes of Will Evans, James Waite and Priestley Ferguson will tell you, who are now starting regularly every week for Newport County. Big game for Cardiff City tomorrow at home against Leeds United in the FA Cup. Evans, since that second goal, don't want to really repeat it, Gwen, but like I said, they're just playing at their tempo now, Bridgend. There's nothing rushed about it. Even the crowd's gone a little bit quieter. Cartwright looking for work in the midfield. Noah Edwards gets it wide. John Gossett. Gossett's seen a lot of the ball in the last 10 minutes. Gossett. Again, nobody coming like you're asking for one of the forwards to come and get that feet, and he's having to clip in behind all the time.
Well, yeah, I think there's space. There's space there as well. So if Marsh Hughes does make that run or that movement in behind, then obviously it's creating more space because it's lengthening the pitch for the likes of Thomas. Thomas to get on the ball in that gap.
You're with Owen. Owen always looking for the killer ball. He has that ability to deliver from anywhere. You're with.
Joe, why are you dropping, Joe?
Sometimes, Gren, in these positions we're in, and it's a lucky position to be in right above the dugout in the gantry. You can hear the amount of work they're doing in that dugout and what they go through. The likes of Hugh Griffiths and company this afternoon. He just hasn't shut up since the first minute.
No, I think Rhys Griffiths is quite loud himself, and they're both very passionate, very enthusiastic. I think they're still kicking every ball, aren't they? Every movement. There's different type of managers, different type of leaders, but
Foe does well. Just sends Ashley Evans the wrong way and carries on with the ball. Foe whips it across. Jeffries hooks it away. It's a great layoff from Georgievski.
Get in the box, Daz.
Like you said about tempo, didn't you? Just slowing it down. They're just realising, not force it. There's no need to force it now.
Yeah, you could see at the beginning of the game what Griffiths wanted for them in their shape. He had them out picking the shape and passing around it, even in the warm-up, and they're just playing at their own tempo. It's a long way back here this afternoon for Caernarfon, but to be fair to him, the last couple of minutes, ball in here. Does he take it early, Georgievski? Maybe should have. Keepers come. Georgievski to make it 3. Just too many touches, and he's angry with himself. You've got to get the shot off in that position, Gwen.
I think he did well to cut back inside, but it was just a heavier touch than he maybe anticipated. And to be fair, I think Tibbetts did well, come off the line quickly.
Davis, Wood delivers across the front. Hooked away. Evans back to Yorworth, but that was a big chance. I'm sure we'll get another chance to have a look at it in a minute. But I think Costa Georgievski will be disappointed he hasn't made it 3-0. Jeffries to Reynolds. Reynolds. Wood starting to enjoy himself. Taking touches when he wants to take touches, taking people on.
Yeah, just picking up, areas. He's just roaming, picking up areas of the pitch where there's space. I think, look, he cuts back inside and that touch is heavier than he expected. Tibbetts does well, and I was just expecting him then to pull the trigger. But to be fair, Caernarfon got back good numbers. Griffiths,
yeah,
they did well.
If anything, Tibbetts did well as well, not to lay a glove on the player. Owen. Forge. You'll get a second chance. That was one of Rhys Griffiths' set plays, which we've learned over the last couple of seasons. That clip to the near post. I think he'll change it this time. For me, the favourite will be Yorworth on the far post this time. Yorworth, Jeffries and company. It is Yorworth. Didn't call that one, but I did say he was going to get it to Yorworth. But he fires it across. Yorworth leaves his man. Left-footed volley. Back of the net. It's Penybont 3, Caernarfon 0. And not a bad finish from the big centre-back.
Oh, so it's a really well-worked goal for Penybont. But defensively, from a Caernarfon perspective, that's an absolute shambles of a goal to concede. You know, be more alive, more weight. You just see it there. And you just see players, you know, they're not reacting at all. But as you said, good finish by Yorworth. What he does well is to keep the ball down, actually. It's really easy in those situations just to lean back. Tibbetts got no chance there.
No chance at all. Big man, 6'3", left-footed, back of the net.
And that's why he does so well, actually, just to keep the, you know, just composure on it, just pass it into the net instead of trying to hammer it. And that's when you lean back and it tends to go over the bar.
Yeah, and Kane Owen's variation on set plays, we did say at the beginning, he is the king of the dead ball in the Cymru Premier League. And
yeah, he makes it look easy, doesn't he?
When we had a look at the lineups and the physicality, we thought the Caernarfon might struggle in the air. But he's had the audacity to put it in the ground there. Wood, will he take it on early? Stand to enjoy yourself, Wood. He gets the shot off straight at Tibbetts.
I think when you're in a position like that, because I've played that position so many times as well, when a team goes 2-3 goals up, you're just loving it because you know that you're going to have so many opportunities. Your confidence is high. Just enjoying. You know, when you're enjoying, you play so much better.
And with the boot being on the other foot, long afternoon, with still an hour left to play this afternoon.
Yeah, there's nothing worse, actually, than a player being in a situation, especially as an attacker, actually, because you feel even more pressure on you that when you do get the ball, you have to create something out of nothing.
Yeah, I know it's negative. As Thomas gets in behind, good first touch from Thomas, no flag from the linesman. Thomas lays it back, Cartwright, can he get a shot off? Launches it over the bar, but it's good hold-up play from Darren Thomas.
Yeah, he did well there, and the composure there, not to just force it across, actually turns back, finds the right option. We were just talking about there when Yorworth with the finish, you know, keeping it down. You could see Cartwright, he's just leaning back, he didn't get his body over the ball.
Tactically, Gwen,
like
no.
3 points of rugby, that finish.
You're Hughie Griffiths now. Seriously, myself, I might even be thinking of we're 3-0 behind against a good team here. It's going to be a gigantic comeback if we're going to make one, but I might be going to 5-4 on myself.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think when you're at 2-0 and you think, oh, you're possibly still in it, but 30 minutes gone, you're 3 down.
Extra defender for me, extra midfielder, and just look after the ball a bit better.
Be more compact.
Yeah.
You know, not
crying out for that
faces.
at the moment. Davis.
So people might say it's a bit negative, but you just got to appreciate the situation that you're in.
Yeah, when you
and look
they're
at the
struggling
bigger
with
picture.
injuries, there's no doubt. It's a big game away from home. They're playing against a side who are looking for goals and looking to close in on the 3rd place. Good strength there. Surprising to see that given the other way.
Oh, no, I think he rolled him really well.
He rolled him?
Yeah, clever play there. You could see, if you could see from the other angle, you could see Reynolds just the way he gets his body, he gets his first leg across, knowing that angle, that no edge was just coming in, that he was going to win.
35 yards out. Kane Owen again on the ball. Nathan Wood over it as well. Yorworth is sending signals already to Kane Owen. Kane Owen. It's Yorworth he's looking for. Gets the header. Right into the goalkeeper. It's a big task marking somebody 6'3" with ex-Football League experience who heads a ball as well as that, Gwen.
Oh, yeah. But it's then just about reacting as well to the second ball. It's also obviously being acute and clever with who you have marking, but then ensuring that everybody is proactive, instead of being reactive, where I think, you know, we see from the 3rd goal. It's just to watch him.
Davis closes down. Tibbetts clears. Borge just gets in before Bradley. Ash Evans and Ryan Reynolds are having a real, you know, great afternoon to be a centre midfielder with time like that on the ball. You're going to pick good passes all afternoon.
I always say this to anybody that I coach, you know, any player can be a good player if they've got time on the ball. You see the very good players when they can do things without, but you shouldn't be able to give players time on the ball.
Ball from Reynolds. Gave the player the eyes. Georgievski on it. Georgievski get the shot off? Just wide of the mark. It would have been a great goal. Could be watching pass of the season on the replay here, Gwen.
Oh.
Reynolds giving the Caernarfon midfielder the eyes.
Yeah, he just dinks it in, curls it in, doesn't he? Hugh Griffiths does well to match the run. And then he dives in. Good feet by Georgievski.
You might be disappointed he hasn't hit the target there, by the way.
Oh, you will be. You know, in those situations, there's no excuse but to not hit the target. But I was just going back to that point, you know, any player can be good when they have time on the ball. You can't allow any player. That's just about attitude for me. Getting out, closing people, making it hard, being physical, getting in someone's face.
Definitely. Just playing a little. The 3 goals that just see Caernarfon just playing within themselves a bit. Just need to express, like you said, a bit more passion, a bit more. We're not going to let any more goals in against us. Just try and stay in the game with some respectable efforts from the outfield players. Davis, Georgievski screaming for it out wide, doubling up again down that outside. Just asking a little bit too much there, Davis, with the straight 1-2.
That's one of the main strengths when you're playing with the wing backs in like a 3-4-3 or 3-4-1-2, is that you can overload wide areas. But then you've got to be able to, when you're playing up against that, be defensively disciplined. And just, you see that clip again. Mal Davis cuts back inside. And Sean Bradley thinks that his job's done. He's again, reactive. He's not proactive. And then watching that second movement by Mal Davis to get back on the ball again. It's too easy for Penybont at the minute.
Griffiths. Tough afternoon for the big man. He's done great. He's done wonders at Caernarfon. Don't forget, last season they won the playoffs, defeating Flint in the final, going on to play in the Scottish Challenge Cup. So they were playoff winners last season, and so unlucky for them to be one of the only years where 4th spot wasn't a European spot.
Yeah.
Kane Owen. Wood has just made himself available every time. Marshu's going to get a run. I think Dallin Thomas has made a great run. Just the wrong side of his body, the pass. He leaves one in then, Thomas. He'll have to be careful, the referee. Reynolds again makes the challenge. A little bit unlucky there, Thomas. But the pass was just half a yard wrong. Yeah,
and I think that's where the frustration actually lied then, when he had to cut back inside. And look how many numbers, Gen numbers were back. Good recovery runs.
Yeah, the referee's spot on as well, by the way. But does he get the ball?
No, he 100% gets the ball. I think it's more the follow through.
Yeah.
And Reynolds makes the most of it as well.
Thomas will give everything for Caernarfon, as he has during his career. Absalom to take the free kick. Even now, Gwen, Griffiths is showing calculated way about this game, because it's the free kick there. You're 3-0 ahead in the 40th minute, and you're not even sending your centre halves forward. So he's playing the game at their pace and the way they want to play it.
Yeah, and I think game management is so important. I know, obviously, he's 3-0 up, but what you don't want just for half-time is to be caught on a counter and you drag back into it. Yeah.
Mal Davis with a long throw. Billy Borge has gone up this time, and Yorworth wins the flick again, dominating the aerial battle so far this afternoon. Davis stands up to the back post. Borge will be favourite here. Borge heads it against Cartwright, a corner again. The Kane Owen show will roll on now. Miles Davis again. You won't be very happy with that, by the way, with that cross, Mile, because he has such quality. But like you said earlier on, there's nobody stopping the cross.
No, yeah, it was maybe a little bit too deep. But still, players there to be able to attack, put in a rough area.
Fires it across. Yorworth misses the header this time. Laurie Bell gets there first. Darren Thomas, the break's on. They got 4 against 4 if he can get it forward. Marshues will have to win the header. Reynolds. Yorworth gets back and plays it back. Takes it from Gossett. And just plays it back to Absalom.
I say it was a pretty poor ball, actually.
Davis getting round the back here. just didn't make the run, Rafael. And Davis was expecting him to make the run.
Yeah,
so he's fired it across.
That's a superb ball back across. As a centre forward, sometimes, because you maybe have made that run 9 times and you haven't had it, but that's why you have to keep the belief, you have to keep gambling, because that time will come.
Definitely that one.
He had one 6 yards there.
I mean, he's got a goal already. He got the first goal of the afternoon. Rafael is a great header, and there was another one on there if he gets in the right place.
Plus, you talk about maybe the differences between a Rhys Griffiths, who would have got in there. He'll score those scruffy goals. He really wants to get his body on the line from 6 yards, but can also score from 20, you know.
Jeffries missed cues with that one. 41 minutes on the clock. Penybont 3, Caernarfon Town 0 in the JD Cymru Premier League. Penybont pushing their way up the table. Thomas has covered a lot of ground. He's put in plenty of effort, as he always does. I know he hasn't had much success, but just doesn't stop working for his team.
As we knew, you know, Wood would be really, really influential in the game. It's just so hard when you're only playing that 2 in midfield, because you've obviously got Reynolds and Evans who like to sit deep, but Wood is just picking up positions, which is really, really difficult. So the communication has to be good, but also the defence have to take responsibility. One of them at times is going to have to step out. Yeah,
and he's been afforded the free roll from Griffiths as well. Great header again from Davis. Borge, offside flag goes up. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Gwen. Because as well, it seems like now, because he's got Reynolds and Evans in place, Griffiths is just saying to Nathan Wood, go and get it wherever you like.
Yeah, just go, which is a nightmare to defend against. But sometimes the Caernarfon defence has to take responsibility, because Edwards and Gossett are already got players that they're up against. And obviously, if they drop deep, then you know Dan Thomas has got to come back and pick one up. But just needs to be better communication, I'd say, between the Caernarfon players defensively.
Yeah, what are you saying, Gwen, at half-time if you're going in now, Hugh Griffiths? I mean,
win the second half is what I'd be saying. I want to see a bit of pride. I want to see win the second half. You know, if you get the first goal, then you never know what's going to happen, do you? But you've got to think of small battles like that.
Yeah, you want a little bit more passion, a little bit more.
Oh, they've got to win the second half. They've got to get tighter. They've got to put a challenge in, really put a foot in, like we just see with Dan Thomason leaving his foot in. You want the Penybont players to know that they've been in a game.
Yeah.
Everything's far too easy for them at the minute. And I just think of then going forward, when they do go forward, there needs to be better movement, better contrasted movement on and off the ball.
Laurie Bell on it again. Noah Edwards drops in. Can they just prize a goal before half-time to pick their heads up and keep them in the game, in the contest? Otherwise, it looks a big task in the second period.
So that was better then. You can see Sean Bradley had come across. Gossett had come deep for the ball, and he was ready to make the movement in behind where the space was left.
Yeah, and then Bell gives it away, doing exactly what you didn't want him to do, what you were on about. Rafael. Davis, Miles Davis. Borge. Jeffries just looking to play one in. Georgeski will try and keep pressure on, but Cartwright will roll that one out. Yeah, Griffiths below us is just working his socks off with his players out their shape. You could see it. I could see you getting quite interested in that.
Yeah, I was, because it was not far off what we were just saying in terms of they've got to get higher, they've got to get up to the ball. And that's what he was asking. When you drop so much deeper, what are you doing there? How are you affecting the game?
Yeah.
So he was saying to folks he needs to get higher to be able to put Kano and whoever's on the ball under pressure quicker.
It's been one of those 45 minutes, I think, Gwen. Penybont, by the way, what have they had? 5 chances and taken 3?
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's been pleasing to see how ruthless they've been in front of goal, because I think, you know, not with an out-and-out goal scorer, they've been a bit wasteful at times this season.
Reynolds, does he get the cross early? This is a big point in this game now. It's 3-0. There's 1 added minute. This will be the last play of the half. And Caernarfon simply have to defend this. This is all or nothing for Caernarfon in the next 30 seconds. Owen's on the ball. The big men will go up. Borge has gone up. Yorworth has gone up. Raffel's in there. They will be flooding. Jeffries is back. I'm very, very surprised by that. 6'3", Jeffries back, watching the free kick. Owen. Great area. While Davis gets beat, it's a great defensive header, by the way. And it was one that had to be won. Jeffries looks for Borge. Half-time whistle at the SDS Glass Stadium. It's a resounding first 45 minutes for Penybont as they lead 3-0 against Caernarfon Town. Myself and Gwynlaine Harris will look forward to being back with you in the second period.
Fucking sure, like. So, no, it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking injury. It's head and things. So you're a doctor now? You're now a doctor to tell me that you know that that's not serious. Are you? Fucking sure, like. So, no, it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking injury. It's head and things. So you're a doctor now? You're now a doctor to tell me that you know that that's not serious. Are you? Comrades, it's you! We're in the pressure now. Comrades, it's you! We're in the pressure now. Comrades, it's you! We're in the pressure now. Sure, like. So, no, it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking injury. It's head and things. So you're a doctor now? You're now a doctor to tell me that you know that that's not serious. Are you? Fucking sure, like. So, no, it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking injury. It's head and things. So you're a doctor now? You're now a doctor to tell me that you know that that's not serious. Are you? Fucking sure, like. So, no, it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking injury. It's head and things. So you're a doctor now? You're now a doctor to tell me that you know that that's not serious. Are you? Comrades, it's you! We're in the pressure now. Comrades, it's you! We're in the pressure now. Comrades, it's you! We're in the pressure now. Fucking sure, like. So, no, it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking injury. It's head and things. So you're a doctor now? You're now a doctor to tell me that you know that that's not serious. Are you? Fucking sure, like. So, no, it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking injury. It's head and things. So you're a doctor now? You're now a doctor to tell me that you know that that's not serious. Are you? Fucking sure, like. So, no, it doesn't matter. It's still a fucking injury.
Welcome back to the SDM Glass Stadium, where Bridgend lead 3-0 at half-time against Caernarfon Town in the JD Cymru Premier League. Alongside me, ex-Welsh international, Gwenline Harris. Gwen, another big half for Caernarfon, I think.
Oh, huge half. And they've got to start well in this first 10 minutes. Just make sure that they keep everything tight. Disciplined. try and keep hold of the ball. The first 6-7 minutes of the first half, they kept the ball well.
There's been a substitution, by the way, Gwen, at half-time. One of your favourite Cymru Premier players.
Yes.
Kai Whitmore is on to add a bit more quality and pace and aggression to the Penybont performance, and he started well already with 2 or 3 touches. Dan Jeffries has gone off. I think Rhys Griffiths is just resting certain players there. Ball across, chance! Oh, Miles Davis, no flags, and it's a big miss that from Miles Davis. I think he's been a little bit clever on that one.
What I liked about that was actually the fact that Rafael changed the angle on it. You could see that as you're looking across, you know, that front post ball wouldn't have worked. There was too many bodies. Changed the angle on it. Miles Davis, perfect timing, and he just needs to pass it in.
Yeah,
we see here the change of angle there. He is trying, to be fair. That's the problem sometimes. I think everyone talks about the surface and these 4Gs and they're amazing, there's no excuses, but they can actually be quite bobbly when it's dry.
There is the man in picture.
So I think he was just trying to wrap his foot around it.
For me, Whitmore's a great start from Whitmore. He's been involved in the action really early. He got in 2 passes. His pass went through to Keon Rafael.
You'd be gutted, Hugh Griffiths, the manager of Caernarfon, you know, doing the team talk and then seeing him lining up to come on second half.
Yeah, just to add more, like you said, more. The change now, if he does make a change for Caernarfon, would be vital, because Whitmore will run everywhere. I could see Darren Thomas down in front of us. Looks like he's dropped into a midfield role now, so they may well go with one up top in the second period. Nathan Wood playing well this season. Nathan Wood, there are supposed to be rumours that there are clubs from higher levels looking at Nathan Wood. Football League Nathan Wood.
Oh, technically, you can see he's definitely got the capabilities to be playing at a higher level. A bit ambitious there by Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds slots in at centre-back and pushes forward and gets the shot off. Big first 5 minutes of this half. Now, can Tibbets just clear his lines? Can the Cofis push up and put some sort of pressure on the Penybont defence? Tibbets, Yorworth is going to win that first one all afternoon. Seconds from Evans. Whitmore. Noah Edwards trying to pull in behind. Marshoes closely.
That's the problem now. The wind has actually picked up a little bit. You know, it was prevalent the first half, but it's picked up even more so now. It's difficult. So Caernarfon going to not be able to, you know, use the spaces.
Miles Davis, just Fred run back in. 2 boards down in the corner. Absalom comes to collect and decides to go long. Not a bad idea as well. Great flick on from Georgievski. Gossett back to the goalkeeper. When you are a forward like Rafael, like Nathan Wood, you're itching for goals this afternoon, Gwen, with 45 minutes of this game to go.
Oh, especially when you've had the amount of time.
Sorry for cutting across you then, Gwen. It was a big chance to slide one into Darren Thomas. If they were to get, like you said, if they were to get an early goal now, Caernarfon, just wind, you know, there's a big strong wind in behind them. They played into it in the first half. Yeah,
it'll change your complexion, won't it? You know, and attitude, mindset will shift and change as well. I was thinking about that half time. So when you're on a run like Caernarfon, I know they've got injuries, but it's about mentality and mindset. If you're coming into the game where you're thinking, oh, you know, we've got so-and-so out, so-and-so out, well, you're going to lose the game already. You know, you've got to take every new game as a new challenge. And,
definitely.
Know, what's motivating, what's getting them really up for the games. You can see the performance was outstanding midweek against TNS. You can back that up then.
Yeah. Chance. Oh, takes a deflection from Thomas. It comes off Yorworth and goes behind. Corner now for Caernarfon.
That was a good technique on the volley. He does well with that first touch.
Brilliant
that's such a hard skill.
Brilliant first touch from Thomas. Can they put pressure on from the set play? Bradley will take the kick. For me, he's got to whip it under the bar. Flat. If he floats it there, he tried to do that. Chance. Foe goes in. Gossett. Edwards most probably take a touch and put the diag back in. There it is. Yorworth. Reynolds tries to clear his lines. It wasn't the greatest of balls. Back to Absalom. It was Tibbet, sorry. Absalom with the shout. Just says, let it come through.
Just love the way that Iorwerth there was just, you know, pushing and leading the defensive line, everybody out, you know, and keeping that intensity, keeping that pace, good standards, keeping the good standards up, even though the scoreline just makes it look like it's been an easy performance so far.
Forge fires it forward. Wood tries to win the flick. Griff John hooks it clear. They started with a better sense of purpose of Owen Caernarfon. And they're trying to get it forward as often as they can. Georgievski, Wood, that's the dangerous one. Owen, you don't want Owen. 18 yards away from goal. Chance, oh, he's got to fling himself at it. Seen chances like that. Keon, when he sees the replay of that on Monday night.
We've seen two of them in the Premier League.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, one in the FA Cup. So one on Thursday, wasn't it, with Mahrez, and then we've seen Anthony scoring last night. And it's exactly the same. Just putting yourself in those positions. You can see he's half-hearted. He's not willing to really overstretch and put his body on the line.
And just get something on it.
But that's what we talked about in the first half, just having a player of that ability that's going to score the scruffy goals.
Yeah, a 9.
You know?
For me, it was definitely a chance. Hooked forward by Evans. But again, it was a quality ball from Kane Owen. It was asking to be put into the back of the net, wasn't it? Wood. Bradley. Been a manager of these boys for 5 or 6 seasons now, Hugh Griffiths, so, you know, he must have the respect of him, and they have to play for him. Thomas, can he get a shot off? Bradley, great ball from Bradley. Gossett, it's good defending from Reynolds. But they are playing with a little bit more purpose, Gwen. Foe.
Yeah, they certainly are. And with more numbers as well. They've got definitely more numbers up there in support, and that's allowing them then to be a little bit more creative, passes around the corner, playing 1-2 touch.
So if they were to get a 0-0 this half, and they're going to be defeated 3-0, but at least you take something from the game.
Yeah, you've got positives to draw from to move on to the next game then.
Edwards just clips a shot in there, goes behind.
And that's what I talk about, you know, that mentality of when you're on a run like this, you've got to grasp at all the positives that you possibly can, because if you're going into games or coming out second half, or, you know, and you're blaming this and blaming that, it's just it'll add to the bad run. So you have to pick out certain areas, certain positives, things that you can just work off to gain an advantage, to gain some extra motivation.
You've got to stay all the way in the back, mess. Okay?
Rhys Griffiths and company, Martin Giles and Lee Jamo coming out looking pleased with themselves at half-time with their cups of tea. They just need to see it through this half, not give any goals away, and just add 1 or 2 the other end to round their afternoon off for them. Griffith. Davis. Oh, she's onside. It's a brilliant ball. Can he get there, Wood? Great technique again there from Will Davis.
Again, makes this really hard skill look easy. He's got time on the ball, hasn't he, Miles Davis? He's one of those players that when he's under pressure, he just...
Arrow of a ball. It's just about 5 yards too long. Otherwise, Wood could have gone on that. Flag went up from the assistant, Ian Bird. Tibbets to take the kick. Iorwerth, I should imagine, will be expecting a few long balls in the second period, and there's no way he's going to lose any of them 50-50s, Gwen. Gossett. One left in from Evans. Yeah, he'll get the free kick, definitely. 30 or 40 yards out. It's a good position again, though.
Yeah, a bit more tempo, a bit more urgency to their play as well, instead of looking sideways, although, you know, you want to keep possession and play it around, move plays that position. They've got a lot more urgency. That first touch is looking forward. Now Caernarfon was just better. Just
too far out for Darren Thomas to be tempted, I think, because he does strike a wonderful ball. I think Gossett will get on it.
You have got a strong wind behind you, mind.
That's Ronaldo territory, Gwen. Not even you could have performed that.
Well,
as Gossett shows.
Are you sure about that, ma'am, Jonah?
Darren Thomas might show us now. Good feet from Thomas. Evans, the break's on. Can Rafael get their first? Rafael against Foe. Foe is one of the fleet-footed wingers in the league, as he just shown. Really did well. Tibbets takes a touch. Not the greatest of first touches. Evans gets it. Gossett just trying to feed something in behind Yorweth. He'll give the corner away. When they're getting forward like that.
Yeah, they're using the wind well there. And it's about making sure that there's not too much pace on the passing, because obviously he's going to run away from you as well. They worked well hunting in pairs and packs then.
Thomas to take the corner. Foe is on if he wants a short. It's not the greatest of corners from Thomas. Keeper shouts, keeper collects.
There's nothing worse than when you've, games going against you, obviously you haven't scored, you've got a set piece, and then you have a delivery like that doesn't even beat the first man.
It's got to beat the first man, Gwen. That's the golden rule. You work hard, like you said, to get the set play. Pushing it back there off Georgeski. Good strength there from Gossett. He won that physical battle there with Whitmore. Great strength from Gossett. Ball in behind as well. Marshu's getting after it, Reynolds. Gossett. Can they just prize a goal? Georgievski. Georgievski, I think he has to keep it now. Comes out and gives it to Mal Davis. Mal Davis look at the switch play, but Kano in one on the other flank. Forge. Good strength again from Gossett. He's won two great duels there with Whitmore and Mal Davis. The 3-0 half-time scoreline, Gwen, it just takes, it takes any doubt, I think, out of who is going to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen comebacks before, but it didn't look likely, doesn't look likely.
Great long ball. Goalkeeper miles off his line then, if he could have seen it. Marshu just needs to wait and collect, or drive into the box and get himself a... he did well, he just give the ball away then. Yorweth clashes in, just big clash with Sean Bradley. I think he's hurt there, Bradley, with his arm.
But really good positioning by Penybont defensively. Just seeing that they're waiting for that, and then they can always step out. That's why you go a little bit deeper defensively, because you can always step out to the cross instead of it being the other way where you're dangling in a leg and there's possibilities of own goals, as we've seen actually again from the Everton-Man United game last night. But Caernarfon have come out, I think, with a bit more urgency, a bit more tempo, a bit more willing, better physically. We've seen that with Gossett.
Bad clashes, by the way. They both stuck their arms out. It's a hell of a clash.
Oh, he'd be all right. Just caught
Yorweth seems to have got
ribs, I think. Probably winded, probably.
Bradley, I think, is struggling with his shoulder there. I think you're a bit of Jose Marino. You're a get-up merchant, Gwen. I tell you what, I wouldn't want to play for you, Gwen.
Well,
they're down, they're in agony.
So easy these days. It's hard to know when they are properly injured or when they're just diving around. Do you agree with me?
No, you've got 6'3" Yorweth, who's broken down bricks in his career. Bradley never goes down. They're both in agony. No sympathies from the hard woman commentating. There's today's fixtures in front of us.
Maybe back up.
Good sporting gesture there. This is what I can't understand sometimes now. Why do they have to leave the field, Gwen? The refs there, they both shook hands. There was no malice in it. Just blow the whistle and get on with it.
Yeah, it's a rule I don't really agree with. But yeah, going back, I think, as I said, Caernarfon come out with a bit more purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
But obviously, at least some strokes exposed then, because Penybont are leaving those three high.
Yeah,
and they're very vulnerable to the counter-attack. But
Penibont's bench, there'll be a couple of the substitutes itching to get on the break merchants, like Lewis Clutton, who can he's really quick. Tom Tweedy, the youngster, can run really quick as well. That's what you want now in your ranks. If you're 3-0 up, the youngster coming on can really open his legs and cause trouble for the Caernarfon defence on the break. Forge. Absalom does well. It was a 50-50 ball. They're just showing signs here, Caernarfon, and maybe one goal could put some urgency in the rest of this game. John. Young left back does well again. Thomas. You fancy taking him on and getting a cross in here. Gets it across. Bradley. Yorworth won't be far off man of the match at the end of this game. Great ball in again. Chance. Hooked away. Gossett gets it wrong by driving one over the top. It was half a chance for Gossett. Maybe just came to him a little bit quickly.
No, I still think, player of his standards. Again, he's leaning back. So he's actually really proactive there, I think. He's looking like he's ready. He's ready to react, which he does. He's the first to react to it. And then he just leans back, doesn't he? And he just slices it over the bike.
It goes.
Needs to get your body over the ball there.
Substitution being made below us, what we were just talking about. It's Clutton coming on. And just looking who will be the... Yeah, it's Caernarfon. He's got his goal. He's got a first goal with the header after a couple of minutes. So Rafael leaves and Clutton will go up top. And he's been out for a long time, Clutton. Just the type of game where you want to come on, I think. Especially when you've got pace like he's got. He'll be looking to get on the break and get away a couple of one-on-ones against the goalkeeper.
Especially in these circumstances where there's no pressure on him, is there?
Georgievski just looks wide. Owen drives in with the ball. Owen almost to Clutton. He wanted a 1-2 from Clutton, but Caernarfon are on the break. Bradley does well. Bradley looks after it. Tibbets. Laurie Bell.
Just get across then, Griff. Let them know it. Great areas. Turn your body in the pocket, Franz.
Bala Town play at home again this afternoon. When they're doing a storming clear in the Cymru South, looking to make a quick comeback.
Yeah, straight back up.
Lee Kendall in charge. 13 wins in a row, I think they got at the moment. Owen looking for the run of Georgievski.
Come on. Well on, team.
Barry should be in this league.
Oh, yeah.
With their size.
Yeah, their history as well. And resources available to them.
They play Swansea University this afternoon.
No one's opened it up for you.
Colwyn Bay look like second things alike in the other Cymru North. Two big clubs to come back in next season. Borge. Evans. I think Griffiths might just be a little bit disappointed with his second half performance so far. Yeah, he's getting a couple of substitutes on, but they just seem to have looked at
Rhys Griffiths,
yeah, they had a massive grip on.
Yeah, they did. I think to be fair, Caernarfon's changed shape. There's a three at the back, which has helped them push the wing backs on a bit higher. They've just got bodies higher up the pitch, winning second balls, showing a lot more willing, and obviously the wind is having an effect as well.
Borge. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a 3-0 home win if you are Rhys Griffiths, but I just think, he might want one or two more attempts on target. Hook clear by Cartwright. Clutton. Good first touch from Clutton. Davis. Gossett. Spreads play. Yeah. Owen. Whitmore. Promised to be a bright afternoon here, Gwen. Ended up a cloudy, damp afternoon.
Yeah. Cold
as per usual.
It's getting quite heated now, actually. You can hear it on the bench as well. There's a couple of late challenges.
Griffiths takes a yellow. Has to be careful. Just take your medicine, Hugh, and get away from there. Otherwise, that card...
Frustration, isn't
it is frustration. It is frustration. Yorworth. Clutton. Shoulders it forward. Thomas. Whitmore gets a leg in. That's that quick ball. This is what Georgievski will look to get in behind now. Well, Cartwright does well. Gossett has been tremendous in the second period.
Yeah, I feel like he's playing a little bit deeper as well.
Yeah, very.
And look, and you've got Thomas then playing in that with this change of shape. You've got Thomas playing in more of like number 10 role. It suits I think suits the team better, and they're picking up more of those second balls, just look a bit more solid defensively.
Clutton. Oh, it's a loose pass from Lewis Clutton. He's just come on. He's got Nathan Wood on the right-hand side. Easy pass. He'll be disappointed with that, the young boy. The break was on then. Gossett. Clutton gets it right this time. Nathan Wood clips it across, just too much over the head of Georgievski.
Just attacking movements there. You've seen the 3 players that were in there. So Clutton, Whitmore and Georgievski, and they're all in a straight line. As it comes in here, 3 of them in a complete straight line. Someone needs to be making the run across front post. Someone needs to be making a run towards the back post, and then that late runner.
Davis, Miles Davis. Ash Evans has had a comfortable afternoon in midfield. Just trying to play one in behind for Georgievski. Bell gets that, he'll let it run through to the goalkeeper.
Oh, if he'd opened up his body, then he actually would have seen Kano and had made a really good surging late run. There was in a lot of space just to clip it over the top.
Yarworth. Griffith. Forge. And just say, let's clear our lines, let's get after it. Griffiths, I think he's comfortable down there, Rhys Griffiths. He knows that on their day, Caernarfon could be a tough team. Even though they're going through a rough period in the season, they always have the ability to turn on a performance, Caernarfon. And if you're at home, if you're in the top 6, you get a 3-0, 3 goals, clean sheet. You will take that every day, Gwen.
Definitely. Obviously, I think when you go 3 goals up so quickly, you're always looking, as players, coaches, supporters, you're always looking to add to that, aren't you? But you've got to look at the bigger picture. As you said, 3 good goals scored, 3 points, and then a clean sheet as well to go with it.
Nathan Wood trying to add a bit of impetus to the game. Just need to get on the ball a bit more again now. Penybont starts passing it around comfortably. A bit more wit about their game. Start bringing Kane Owen back into the game a bit more. Thomas heads it on. Ash Evans plays it out. Been a little bit untidy for Penybont the second period.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then it's game management again, isn't it? At times, you know, they've played the ball long, just turned kind of around because they know that they're facing a strong wind, so they're just trying to get higher up the pitch. But then there's times where they've played it long unnecessarily, and they could just keep hold of possession, be a bit tidier, control the tempo.
Gwen is about, and as per in the English Premier League, there will be transfers in this league, and there can be some speculation. You know, there's speculation all over the place of players travelling here, there, or everywhere. Griff John will pick a yellow up when the game comes back on.
Oh, they've lost one already, haven't they, Penybont?
Yeah, Rhys Cavanagh's gone to Flint. You're right. I don't think there'll be any doubt that somebody will be getting a yellow card in a minute, unless the referee forgets it. Thomas, Owen always doesn't mind taking a shot from distance. Georgievski. Nathan Wood. He came out on the right-hand side in the second period. He usually prefers the left-hand side. Tell you one team who've reinvented their form since the start of the season. Gwen, what do you think of Newtown's resurgence? They have been playing some terrific stuff. Here comes that yellow we were on about. Griff John, don't think he has any arguments. Yeah, yellow all day. Yeah,
and there's only 4 points, I think, separating Newtown now with 6th and Bala in 3rd, so they've timed that run very well.
You have the likes of Declan McManus at the top of the goal-scoring stakes in the league, which we expected, but Aaron Williams is right on his tail with 13. Ryan Brobble has 10 goals and 12 assists, so he's never far away from the quality Brobble. Sam Jones at Cardiff Met has 8 goals. He's had a decent season playing up top, and Cardiff Met are having a good season.
Yeah, they are. Ryan Jenkins doing a really good job there.
You'd expect them to collect 3 this afternoon at the Airbus.
Yes, I think he'd be bitterly disappointed given the the form this season if they didn't,
But
from a Met perspective.
But they will win one game, I think. I know they've been miles off, right? When you go to places like that, then you mustn't be the team that gives them their first win.
Oh, no. But the pressure's off in a certain aspect in terms of the expectations off you. So, you know, you cause that element of surprise, don't you?
Miles Davis wants a bit more of the action. He's been out for a long time. He's looked comfortable today. Great cross in. Chance here. It's 4-0 Georgieski. Wonderful ball. Another assist for Miles Davis. And Georgieski hits the ground. Thank you very much. Love scoring goals. Georgieski. Penybont 4. Caernarfon Town 0.
Well, he should be giving his thanks there to Miles Davis again. An absolutely superb delivery, literally on a plate. See, again, the time he's afforded, get his head up, and he just whips it in. Poor defending. Well, good positioning from Georgieski to get himself between the centre halves, but somebody's got to take responsibility. Good first touch, and then it's just a simple finish, isn't it? Good first touch, opens it up. Simple finish, he actually goes for power over precision there.
Tell you what, Miles Davis won't mind that added to his locker of great crosses. A wonderful ball from Davis. Georgieski says thank you. Back of the net. And the game, if there was any doubt at all, it's gone now. And Griffiths sends on young Tom Tweedy. Tweedy will come on for Nathan Wood. He's in that situation now, Griffiths, where he could take off his better players for a bit of a rest and bring on the youngsters.
Yeah, and we talked about, didn't we, the depth of this Penybont squad, and it is very, very good when you've got players of the quality of Whitmore and Harling, etc., Cletton to come off the bench, which is actually goes against maybe how they finished last season when they had so many injuries and they were really struggling.
Yeah, it
looks
looks
like
like
field even a bench at times because they had that many injuries.
Aaron Simpson could be getting a run out here for Caernarfon. And it's Laurie Bell who will be coming off. Simpson for Bell. And Ben Wynn will be getting on for Sean Bradley. So there's 2 substitutions with 18 minutes to go. Wynn will come on as a straight swap for Bradley, and Simpson will go in as centre-back, I should imagine, for Laurie Bell.
Well, it looks like by the positions that they've picked up.
Game, set and match now, Gwen, no doubt at all, if there was any.
Oh, no, there wasn't any. You know, we've seen Caernarfon had a better second half. But they haven't possessed a huge... I mean, they had that one chance to Gossett. And when he blazed it over the bar, but other than that, you know, Bridgend, even though they face a lot of long balls, been turned around a lot, you know, they've looked pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it could be a long journey down. It's going to be a longer journey back for the big man, Hugh Griffiths, and his staff. He knows he has a tough couple of weeks ahead of him. The bottom 6, they're in now, and they'll have to set their stall out in winning games in the bottom 6. Because you must never, Gwen, sorry to cut across you, that trapdoors, it's never safe, mind.
But it's more about getting the mentality to get out of this run.
Yes.
Because when you're in a run like this, it's really difficult. It doesn't matter what you're doing, luck just doesn't seem to be with you either.
Confidence.
Injuries or confidence is shot, you can see that as well. It's just about getting a result to try to change that momentum.
You don't bundle your way into training on a Tuesday or Thursday then, do you? If you're getting beat every week, you know, everything seems to be a chore. And that's what they've got to get back, like you said. Just get a point from somewhere and start again. Reynolds plays it in. Clutton's first touch wasn't superb for Ashley Evans. Don't think he'll ever have an easier game, Ashley Evans. Foe cuts inside. Kane Owen tracks back. One person for definite won't be giving a goal away as Absalom, the goalkeeper. It's always a bonus when you're in there. You're 4-0 ahead, but you, in the back of your mind, you're 20 minutes away from a clean sheet.
And I think apart from the first minute, with that Thomas strike, I don't remember him actually having to make a save.
I think you're spot on, Gwen. Griffith. Griff John gets forward. Consolation goal maybe they're looking for Caernarfon. Ben Wynn, can he get a shot off? Right footed, gets a great shot off. Good effort from the substitute. Spun his marker and got the volley away.
Yeah, good forward play, just trying to roll his player. And you know, can he be positive? Can he look forward? Can he get a strike off target, on target?
Whitmore goes through 2 challenges and gets his pass away to Billy Borge. Borge fires it long. The bonus now for Griffiths would to be especially one of his young substitutes on, 18 and 19-year-old Tweedy. You send a young substitute on and you get him a goal. That rounds your afternoon off, Gwen.
Oh, yeah. Just cherry on top, isn't it? What I've been really impressed with is Penybont, just defensively.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it.
They've locked up. I understand what you're saying.
No, more defensively, they're disciplined. They don't dive in many. At times, it's just those little small details, the way that the closing players showing them down the wing or inside.
Thomas, Wynn gets the shot off. It's blocked again by Yorworth, who's had one hell of a game for me. He will not be far away from man of the match. I don't know who's picking the man of the match today. I think I'll put a bit of pressure on you with 5 minutes to go.
Oh, well, I'll go with you then. Otherwise, I think you're going to give me evil eyes.
So Yorworth is very close to being man of the match.
No, he has been very good, to be fair. He's been at the heart of everything. And Miles Davis was 2 superb.
Oh, yeah, Miles will run him close.
Yeah, good shout. But, yeah, just the discipline defensively in the way like they're closing. They're not giving any space, but the angles that they're closing at, they're not diving in. They've just been very professional
Yeah,
performance.
they've done really well. You know, you talk about coaching. Teams be good. Chance. Oh, back of the net. Yorworth loses a header. And is it Wynn or is it Simpson who puts it in the back of the net? Very, very surprising indeed. Absalom would be disappointed.
I think it came off a Penybont player onto a Caernarfon player. I don't think he knew anything about it, really. But that's what happens when you put a ball and a delivery into a good area to attack.
Cartwright, is it? In it goes, the corner.
Oh, you see, Jeffries wins the initial.
It is the 2.
Yeah, Jeffries wins the initial
wins the
one.
header.
And it just bounces. Cartwright knows nothing about it. It just bounces off him. But you've got to be in there.
Absolutely. had that been 5 minutes early, he gets dragged back anyway. It's headed away, like we said, with Jeffries, but it hits Cartwright on the side of the head, and Caernarfon get their goal.
Well, I think I'm going to go Miles Davis now then after that. No, it's just a body angle with Yorworth. Just needs to just turn a little bit.
Penybont 4, Caernarfon 1. They got a goal for their efforts this afternoon. First flick, back across the front, Clutton. Whitmore. I don't know how many 50-50s Gossett is one on the edge of that box. 2 against 1 here, and 4 has plenty of legs if Thomas gets forward, gets the right ball. Just the wrong side. Gets it eventually. Or a free kick given on the edge of the box will be interesting.
That was poor because it was 3-on-2 there from the halfway line.
Ashley Evans collects a yellow card and the free kick is right on the edge of the penalty area.
Evans does really well there. Again, the angle, because he's delaying Thomas, but he's also blocking off.
He's blocking the angle off. You are right, you're correct. He does this as a tackle as well. Takes the yellow for the team. Well, this is interesting now. With 11 minutes left on the clock, would this be rifled in the back of the net? We might have an interesting last 10 minutes. Got to make golden rule here, Gwenny. Golden rule. Make the goalkeeper make a save.
Yeah, and then the forward should be following him for any.
Gossett, Thomas over the ball. 5 in the wall. Gossett hits the wall, goes out for a corner.
Do you know what? That was really close to come into Cartwright as well, who as all good players do, is following in for any spoils.
Yeah,
and
Griffiths
the
below us.
deflection nearly came to him.
Rhys Griffiths below us has started to send out a few signs to say shape up a bit. We're not happy in giving a goal away. We don't want to give a second goal away. Simpson with a head off the line from Miles Davis. Overhead kick. Showing signs of making a comeback here, Caernarfon. Tremendous.
Brilliant header from Miles Davis, and he just comes off his post. He's reading the game well.
Win, Simpson, Yorworth, Gossett, Ben Wynn spreads it wide, just misplaces the pass. They'll take the tempo out of the move, but it's kept in by Thomas, and Thomas will rifle it in. Great ball in, Thomas. Bobbling around in the area, hooked away from Yorworth.
It's just bonkers how Penybont have looked so assured, so comfortable at the back, and how one goal can just change things. And they look all over the shop at the minute.
Yeah, by the way, that's
like
you said, it's a great header away from Davis. That definitely saves a goal. I mean, it's right at him, but...
Well, no, he actually moves across. You can see he's on the front post, isn't he, on the near post to the corner, but he's just reading it and comes across then to make the clearance.
So does that put him further ahead in your MOM rankings?
Yes.
That's the job, Ben. There, ball, Ben. He doesn't get the ball, Ben.
I'm only asking you, Gwen, because when we do it on the red button and Malcolm, Miles Davis pulls away. Oh, what a ball. It's a hat-trick. It's a hat-trick of assists from Miles Davis. And it's a wonderful poacher's goal from young Tom Tweedy. Great to see the youngster get a goal in the Cymru Premier League. Davis sets it up. Tweedy finishes it. It's Penybont 5, Caernarfon Town 1.
That's the response you want when you've conceded a goal. You've been really under pressure. But the quality and just the pace on this pass as well. Good pace on. You know, if it's slow across, it's easy for Tibbets in the goal to get a hold of.
Tell you what, it's a great ball, but it is a good poacher's finish, Gwen. He's got to get in front of his marker.
Yeah. And we've been saying on here, Penybont actually been lacking that in the game, and he does really well, the youngster. And there's nothing better than when you get on the score sheet.
We did talk a couple of minutes ago, Gwen, about Griffiths' bonus for the afternoon could be sending his youngster on, and he gets a goal. The score, Penybont 5, Caernarfon 1, 6 goals in the game. Entertaining encounter with plenty of goals. No doubt, I don't think who the better side have been.
Oh no, there's been a big gulf in difference, I'd say, between the two sides, and the scoreline reflects that. Sometimes you get games where the scoreline doesn't reflect anything at all of what you've seen, but today has definitely confirmed it.
And Miles Davis is just soaring above everybody at the moment. In this, you know, especially with the sort of deliveries he's putting in.
To be honest, Jonah, I couldn't even see because of the position that we're at, and you'd make a great door not window, because I couldn't see you block the line off, but I just knew it was him when the ball came across.
You remember you started the Miles Davis fan club?
I've always been on the Miles Davis fan club. And he's a Welsh speaker too, so that's a bonus.
Absolutely. Another youngster coming on. Carson. Ashley Evans will come off, accomplished in another great job in the centre of midfield. Good afternoon's work for Ash Evans. And in all the years I've watched him play, I don't think I've seen him have a bad game. Carson comes on.
He just does so much of the unseen work, doesn't he? You know, the untidy work, and then just plays it simply as well. Just know your role sometimes, be in there to protect.
Yeah.
And then just give it to the likes of Wood or Miles Davis.
And it's bonus time now again, like we said, for Griffiths. Get the academy boys on. Get yourself a 5 or 6-1 win. Great afternoon. Georgievski's worked hard all afternoon. It's a late tackle there. Byrne. Wynn will definitely collect the yellow there. Suffered a bad injury about a year ago, didn't he, Georgievski? And he was out for about 6 months. That's a bad tackle.
That is, yeah. He's come from behind and he's come through him to try and get the ball. And gone are the days you can do that. And
yeah, it's a bad tackle.
I don't know how you can complain at getting a yellow card for that, to be honest.
Georgievski gets up and I wouldn't be surprised to see Griffiths, as he has a substitute left, to get Georgievski off in the last couple of minutes now after a tackle as strong as that. Reynolds. Yorworth wins the first. Kane Owen. Yorworth and Davis complete the headed duel and gets it into the Caernarfon half. Caernarfon make another substitution. Ocean Evans comes on for Tom Lloyd-Marsh Hughes. Game time again for some of the Caernarfon youngsters. It's vital when things are going, aren't going your way, Gwen, but it's always a bonus when you can get some of your academy players on at any level of football. First team experience is invaluable. Yeah,
that exposure to the intensity, the tempo, and the physicality as well, more than anything.
I think Griffiths will want the final whistle now. He won't want to take 6 against him. They have put in a better show in the second period, by the way. Got a goal for themselves. Maybe on the way to getting 2. Goes down. Thomas wants a penalty. He's had the yellow. He has to be careful. Shouting at the linesman and the referee. They don't want to lose Darren Thomas on a ban. Tweedy. Whitmore. Can he gallop into the box? Enough bodies in there. Far post. Georgievski. Can he finish it? Great defensive header from Gossett. Gossett has been tremendous in the second half.
Yeah, he has. I agree there. And physically as well. He's put himself around, and that's what the team needed. Just having a rerun here. No, just good defending there. Experienced defended by Kane Owen.
Body strength. Doesn't even look interested in the Kane Owen, he just his body strength.
Well, sometimes when you maybe have made a mistake there, because your instinct is to look at the referee straight away, but you can tell it's by the way he's reacted.
Yeah. Quite a cold afternoon now, Gwen.
No, he should have brought the gloves. Error.
Yeah. Yorworth again. I think if they fired 20 balls at him this afternoon, I think he's won 20 duels that he's gone for. You can't ask no more than that for your centre back, no matter what the game's like. Miles Davis gets tugged from behind by Gossett. Again, Gossett now just don't want to pick up any silly yellows, want to keep him out the big games they have coming up, and he is a big player for them. Technically, that could be a yellow.
Yeah,
the referee's just used common sense there with the score being at 5-1.
I agree.
3 minutes left on the clock. Borge goes forward looking to get on the score sheet. Owen will just ask a question. Yorworth will be the first target. Wins it. Clutton. Referee gives a free kick the other way. That's an interesting one. Clutton wants the penalty. Noah Edwards makes the challenge. I'll let you do the VAR.
No, I don't think there was much in that myself. They're both going for it. Both eyes are on the ball. No, not for me anyway.
Not a penalty, says VAR. Tibbets. Looking for Foe out wide. I think Miles Davis has gone into midfield now, by the way. Centre midfield. He's enjoyed himself that much this afternoon. Great ball in. Tweedy. And Carson gets the ball off. He's out on the right wing again. There's bodies in there waiting. Davis. Carson will... Tweedy was who tried to get around him. Well, nothing better than getting a 5-1 win with everybody else having to play a couple of hours later than you, Gwen. Sit down and relax and you got the points.
Yeah, exactly. Put the pressure on all the other sides, and then you can sit back and watch the games, analyse, do your work ready for the next opponent.
Yeah, and another substitution being made by Caernarfon. It is Fabrizio Murtaz coming on.
I think it's Foe that's gone off.
Joe Foe.
Walking along the side of the pitch.
Again, blood in the youngsters. Important part of their footballing futures. Tibbets. It's been a tough afternoon, Gwen. We're on the 89th minute now, almost 90 minutes up. Oh, big chance, Clutton. He'll want to finish the game with a goal. He doesn't get it. Does Whitmore. Clutton will be disappointed. He's come off the bench. He's had a golden chance to get the 6th goal in.
That is a great save by Tibbets. He comes off the line, he times it superbly, and he makes himself big. You could see that he's just going to lift it above him, but yeah, I just thought that was a great save. I think Clutton will be, annoyed with himself, but he did the right thing. He tried to just chip it, dink it over the top.
Tibbets keeps the scoreline at 5. It's a great save, like you said.
It was a great pass around the corner, mind as well. Good first touch, and you can see he's just trying to clip it above.
And Tibbets has just made his body as big as possible. Owen. Oh, great ball in. Always quick thinking, Kane Owen on set plays. He'll line up this corner now. 3 minutes added. Is it a deserved 5-1, Gwen?
Oh, I think so for me, yeah. It could have been a lot more for the first half.
Owen, what a ball that is. Tibbets punches it away. Gossett. Davis. Reynolds. Reynolds has slotted in well at the back in the second period. Opened the score in Reynolds, by the way. No. Rafael opened the scoring with that great header in the first of Miles Davis' assists. I think Sean Meredith has had a bump on the head. He's just given it to Nathan Wood. Man of the match. No, great performance by Nathan Wood, but sorry to spoil your party, Gwen. So we will have our red...
both our jaws dropped a little bit then, didn't it?
We will have our red button man of the match.
Yes.
And it is...
Miles Davis. Yeah, no, to be fair, Nathan Woods played well, and he was instrumental, wasn't he? Just, creating problems, just drifting and getting into areas of pulling Caernarfon defenders out. But in terms of impact, moments that have impacted the game...
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Miles Davis, and even, the clearance off the line, that would have made it 4-2. Instead, they got up the other side and made it 5-1.
Yeah, and you're still giving me a small percentage of saying... I thought Yorworth of that.
He's been very
Gossett
good.
Drives forward. Oh, great effort from Gossett. Chance! Absalom somehow keeps it out. And he'll be pleased with that. It was a great effort. Gossett again has just tried to lead the fight back all second period. Look at him, just keeping going all again. Gets a shot off.
I think he actually hit Griffith as well, his first shot. But yeah, great reaction save by Absalom.
Final minute of the game at the SDM Stadium.
Ooh.
Davis heads it away. Chance, or just goes through the legs. Referee will look at his watch. Griffith again, young left back who's performed well all afternoon. It's the final score at the SDM Glass Stadium is Penybont 5, Caernarfon Town 1. Rhys Griffiths shakes hand, a happy man with Hugh Griffiths. Penybont sail into the top 4 with the afternoon's games ahead of them. Look out for the goals on Sgorio on Monday evening. Thank you very much to our superstar co-commentator Gwendolyn Harris.
Thank you for looking after me. Enjoyable afternoon.
Always do. Thank you for watching, everybody. Look out for Sgorio on Monday evening.
Penderfyniad sydyn gan y dyfarnwr, ac mae'n mesur yn berffaith.
Screwfix Sprint, a noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.